where he wanted to go, and Abraham would relocate. His land was dry, barren, not nearly as desirable. After this disappointment, after he was having to start over, God came to him and said, Abraham, look around for as far as your descendants. What did Abraham do? The scripture says he built. He was discouraged, coming off a disappointment. Promises to all of you to accomplish that dream. How can you get well? Thank God that it's on the way. Your am I not the God stories. Make them personal. Are you not the God that opened this door I couldn't open? Are you not the God that prospered me despite me with a spouse, that protected me in the pandemic, that turned my child around, that caused that contract to go through? Thanking God for my parents were coming off a great didn't seem fair, but God wouldn't have allowed the disappointment if he didn't have a purpose for it. It looked like down the feed store. She told my parents that they could use that. Was up to asked to lead. It was a part of God's divine plan. And instead of being bitter, they built this little building. Thank you for this opportunity. They never dreamed it would be what it is. Sustaining us. This is your hand of blessing. Am I not the God that gave you the feed store when people said it wouldn't last? Am I not the God that took the original, multiplied them into thousands? His father into giving him the blessing that belonged to his older brother Esau. He had already cheated Esau out of his birthright. When Esau found out about it, far away and worked for his uncle Laban, all the while in hiding, hoping that Esau wouldn't find out. It was this incredible moment, this drama. You can imagine how apprehensive Jacob was, thinking this may be the end. He may want revenge. He could wipe me and my whole family out. The big moment finally arrived. Esau came up with 400 men. I'm sure Jacob thought, oh great, a whole army. Esau walked over, reached out both arms and hugged Jacob. They both had tears running down their cheeks. Esau went and hugged watching all this take place. He'd been so worried. He'd heard about the worst. Esau told Jacob arrived. The scripture built an altar there and named it El Elohi. Hey man, I got lucky. No, he built an altar and said this was the mighty God than I ever imagined. God. Getting the Compaq Center, the mighty God. Healing my mother of cancer, the mighty God. Freeing you from that addiction, the mighty God. Still healing. The mighty God is still parting Red Seas. Still raising Lazarus. Still go out. He would see. Now Joseph was second in command of all of Egypt. The great famine in the land into a pit 13 years earlier. That they betrayed him and made his life miserable. Joseph, but they didn't recognize it. This was his big chance to get revenge. He could finally pay them back. But Joseph's mind went back to that scene where he saw his uncle forgive his father. He remembered the altar at their house. Joseph could have gotten revenge. He treated his brothers like Esau treated his father. He forgave them. He was kind. What he's done, it's not just affecting you, it's affecting your children.